Oktoberfest celebrations are well underway in Las Vegas, and there's a lot more to it than just beer. So today on CityCast Las Vegas, I'm talking with my friend and musician Ginger Bruner about what it is, how we put our own Vegas spin on it, and where to find the best parties before Oktoberfest is over. It's Thursday, October 12th. I'm Dayvid Figler, and here's what Las Vegas is talking about. Ginger Bruner, the undisputed queen of tuba in Las Vegas. Welcome to CityCast Las Vegas.
Why, thank you, Dayvid Figler. Welcome to me, too. I like being here with you.
I love talking to you, and I know October is your busy month because of something called Oktoberfest. So why don't we just start from the start? What are the origins of Oktoberfest? Why is it a thing?
Well, it's a thing because in Germany, a royal married another person, and I'm not going to dwell on everybody, King Ludwig or somebody, and they had a 2-week celebration. And because they were feeling quite magnanimous, they invited the public. And so they had this big party, and they continued it on until today. And it's only missed a couple of years in all this time, since 1810, between wars and pandemics and the like.
Okay, but how does that royal wedding from ye olden days translate into the modern day celebrations that we see around this time every year?
Well, if I had to tell you the truth, I'd say people love a party.
People do love a party.
Even the Germans.
Right? I mean, I've heard it referred to as the German version of St. Patrick's Day. Is that fair?
Yes, actually. And hilariously, I also play Irish music, so I totally get that. It just goes on a lot longer than St. Patrick's Day, I'll tell you that, especially in America.
Yeah. So what are the sort of dates that are official for Oktoberfest, and maybe compare that to the dates that are Oktoberfest in Las Vegas?
Right. Well, it's usually the 17 days or so, or 2 weeks-ish before the first Sunday in October. However, if the first Sunday in October lands on the 1st or 2nd, it'll continue until the 3rd. And this year, in fact, they've kept it until the 3rd because it's German Reunification Day.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
So officially, I guess back in where? Munich, Germany?
Yes, Munich.
Oktoberfest is in the rearview mirror. But here in Las Vegas, how much longer are we going?
To the end of October, pretty much.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm still getting calls.
Oh, I bet. And I want to talk about all the different gigs that you do as a tuba impresario for Oktoberfest. I do want to get a sense, though, because in my mind, it's just beer.
It's not just beer.
Is it more than beer?
Well, in Munich, beer is king, pretty much. All of the big beer houses put up a tent, and there's entertainment. Earlier in the day, they keep it to brass bands. Then after 6 p.m., it gets crazy. And they start doing all kinds of disco-type stuff. And believe it or not, John Denver is a huge star in Oktoberfest. Country Roads is one of the biggest Oktoberfest songs on the planet. I have it requested each and every day. And then what happens is there's carnival rides, there's booths with games and all kinds of stuff. There's food booths. What you do is you buy your food outside in the courtyard, and then you take it into one of the tents where you can get beer, and there's music.
Let's focus on Las Vegas because Oktoberfest is still ongoing. And I wanted to talk to you, Ginge, because I know this is like the time of year that you are going from one event to another because tuba and oompa and German celebrations and Oktoberfest, they're all synonymous. So there were a couple of advertised Oktoberfest events that definitely caught my eye that are still to happen. So what's going on at Hofbrauhaus?
Well, they add certain things. For instance, there's a thing called Haxen, which is essentially a giant pig knuckle. And normally they would only have that on weekends at the Hofbrauhaus, but during Oktoberfest, they add that as a regular special, so to speak.
That's a food thing?
It's a food thing. Plus, they do a special goulash. I was noticing that on the menu last night. Looked delicious. Plus, we normally have 2 people playing in the band. We add a 3rd person for the band during Oktoberfest. Plus, every weekend there are keg tappings. And I know, what is a keg tapping? Well, they have an old-fashioned keg with an old-fashioned spigot, and they have a giant wooden mallet, and the guest gets to tap the keg with that. It's a little bit medieval, but a lot of fun.
And who does Hofbrauhaus pick to do this ceremonial keg tapping?
If there are any German celebrities handy, they'll do them. They'll do other celebrities. Until they passed, Siegfried and Roy were pretty much the guys. They were sort of the kings of Oktoberfest at Hofbrauhaus. The mayor's good men always are featured, shall we say. Then we have magicians. Terry Fader's done it many, many, many times. Let's see, Pamela Anderson's been in. I think that's when she was dating Hans Klock, that German magician.
Interesting. Actually, my producer just looked up the upcoming celebrities. October 27th, we're going to see Perez Hilton. Well, there you go. Pinnacle.
Totes. I think I might have to go in for that one. I'm not working that night, but hey.
Okay. It does sound like a blast and a lot happening there. So food and with regard to beer, any kind of special beer Hofbrauhaus does during this time?
Yes, they bring in their, and this beer comes from Munich. It's brewed over there and shipped over here to Las Vegas.
Yeah.
We have the actual same Oktoberfest beer that they would be serving in the tent in Munich.
And what beer is that?
It's called Oktoberfest beer.
Oh, okay.
That's the name of it. And then we have the regular Weiss beer, which is wheat beer, and the Dunkel, the dark beer, and the regular lager.
What's the one with the umlaut that I see around this time of year? Starts with an M?
Märzen. Märzen is a style of beer, just like a lager is a beer or a porter or whatever. And the Märzen is a very common beer to be done during Oktoberfest. I think Sam Adams does a Märzen for their Oktoberfest.
Okay. Look for it by the umlaut, of course.
Look for it with the umlaut.
Another place that really goes all out during Oktoberfest, I hear, is the German American Club.
Yeah.
Tell us about the German American Club just a little bit, and tell us about their Oktoberfest celebration.
It's called the German American Social Club of Nevada, so it's GASCON. I started playing their Oktoberfests back in the 90s, very early on in my Oompa career, shall we say.
Yeah.
And they love throwing a big Oktoberfest. Over the years, they've done bigger ones and smaller ones. This one, I think, will be great fun. They'll have some events the 13th. I'm not part of those. It's a little bit smaller and quieter. But then on the 14th, which is Saturday, there'll be some things indoors, some things outdoors. Admission is free. You can buy tickets for food and drink inside, and the bands will be out in the beer garden. My band, the Ginger Schnapps, will be alternating with Squeezebox Hero, Mr. Bo Tylis, and there will be the dancers.
That sounds like an accordion player.
Oh, yes, he is, honey.
There you go.
Yes, he's great fun. I love him. And then we'll have the Schuhplattler dancers from the German American Club. They're really great and have been doing it for many, 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 many years. And there also will be a raffle, I believe.
All right. Well, Ginger, paint me the picture of the German American Club. First of all, where's it located?
It's on Lake Mead, just east of Las Vegas Boulevard, really to get to from the 15, actually. And it's this charming little Bavarian jewel of a building next to, I think, a Mexican restaurant.
Well, that absolutely makes sense in Vegas.
Yeah. It's North Las Vegas. It's fantastic.
Paint me a picture of what someone might see. I mean, is it sit and dine? Is it jump around? I mean, what happens at the German American Club during their official Oktoberfest celebration?
Oh, there's going to be dancing, obviously, plenty of drinking, lots of eating. They'll have very much traditional German sausages, etc. And I know that they're doing strudel, which is a special thing. I hope they have potato pancakes, which is one of my favorite things. You'll have a lot of people in traditional garb. For instance, you'll know all the dancers because they all have red skirts and a certain kind of lederhosen, but a lot of people will be dressed out in full-on lederhosen and dirndls.
Okay, and then you also mentioned these special dancers. What does German dancing look like?
Well, there are a lot of different dances. Some of them have themes where they act out scenes and things like that. Then there's others where it's couples that go around in moderately intricate dance moves around in a circle. And then, of course, there's the Schuhplattler dance, which is the one where they slap their legs and whatnot and their feet, etc. I think it was one of the vacation movies that I think that there was a Schuhplattler dance in.
So, yeah, I'm picturing the constant slapping on the bottom of the foot coming up and going down and the whole
very
schmear,
athletic,
as we like to say. Well, those are two really good events. Hofbrauhaus seems to be pretty steady. German-American Club doing the big one. Any events that are maybe a little more low-key if somebody just wanted to pop into an Oktoberfest celebration?
Well, it's the same thing as St. Patrick's Day. Everybody throws an Oktoberfest celebration. It just varies as to location. If you're able to get on base at Nellis, they're having one right at the end of the month. And I know they're bringing a band from LA in for that one. I actually played it a couple of years ago, and it was a hoot. So if you can get on base, go do that one. It's really quite charming, and it kind of reminds me of something that might happen in a small town, because Nellis is really a small town.
I'm looking for the place where they do the thing with the beer steins. You know what I'm talking about?
The beer stein competition is always great fun. Especially, for instance, at Hofbrauhaus, we use the official-sized steins, and those are 1 kilo. Then you've got 1 kilo of beer, so you're holding up essentially 4 pounds for Americans of something from the end of your arm, and I guarantee your arm is going to hurt like the dickens the next day. But if you can get upwards of 4 minutes, you're going to win that day's competition usually, but anything upwards of 7, 8, 10 minutes, I've seen that happen, and it's pretty crazy. That's championship level right there. I think the world record is like 27 minutes or something.
Of just holding a giant glass of beer extended out.
Yeah.
Wow.
Take a brick and hold it out at the end of your arm and see how long you can go, and you'll figure that one out.
Interesting. Now, at Hofbrauhaus, do they have a prize for the person who holds it the longest of all the days?
Oh, of all the days?
Yeah.
The daily winner wins usually a stein or something, or a hat. Mm-hmm. Whoever has the highest amount at the end of the season will get sent to New York for a national competition. And the winner of that will get sent to the next Oktoberfest in Munich.
Whoa. So that's out of just Las Vegas.
Well, you have to win here first.
And then you go to
New York. Yeah.
And you win in New York, then you get a paid vacation to Munich?
Yeah.
During Oktoberfest?
Yeah.
Wow.
Crazy, huh?
All right. Well,
something to work on for next year, David.
That is a hot tip. Do you have any other insider tips for people who are going to Oktoberfest? I don't know, best time to go, stay for the whole event? Do you make a German exit early? How's that work?
No Irish goodbyes. I would suggest remembering to drink water.
Good one.
I mean, I tell people that every night. I would suggest if you have something that seems like lederhosen, wear them, have a good time with it. In fact, when we have Germans visit us at Hofbrauhaus Las Vegas, they bring their lederhosen because those are their drinking clothes.
Drinking
I'm not
clothes.
Kidding. They have special outfits for drinking.
Wow.
Yeah.
I like that idea. I guess another good tip would be to have a means of transportation where you are not behind the wheel.
Don't drive.
Yeah, that's a good one, especially for
drive.
Oktoberfest. So it sounds to me like come for the beer, stay for the sausage and entertainment, and leave in someone else's vehicle.
Perfect. That's it.
Right? And then as far as that music goes, I mean, you are omnipresent during Oktoberfest. I would venture to guess that a lot of your income is derived during this celebration period. Tell us about the kind of performances and what kinds of entertainment people can expect at Oktoberfest. Like what is the music style and what are some of the things that people will see?
Well, the Ginger Schnapps are more a traditional band, and we'll have accordion, and we'll have clarinet, and we'll have drums and tuba, of course. And then we're going to alternate with the squeezebox hero, Mr. Bo Tylis, who is less traditional, shall we say. Anything can be a polka if you think about it.
I want your bad romance.
Well, let me just ask this final question. Is there a Vegas twist that we put on Oktoberfest celebrations that maybe doesn't exist elsewhere?
I think the fact that we do it for a full 2 months, practically, is one of the major Vegas aspects of it. I don't think every town does it quite that thoroughly. That's one of the big things. And you'll have oftentimes some of the Oktoberfests I've done in the past, they've had what I would consider non-traditional dancers.
Oh, what's that mean?
Well, showgirls in very short dirndls having a good time. So you never know what you're going to see. It depends on the venue.
Who would have thought that there might be a, if not X-rated, R-rated Drendel wearing going on in Vegas at Oktoberfest? Who would have thunk?
Everyone.
I got to imagine that there's some burlesque dancer out there thinking, this is the theme I'm going to enjoy here. I'm going to do the St. Pauli girl to the extreme.
It's got to have been done, but if it hasn't been, I know some people who would do a great job of it.
And it sounds like Vegas Oktoberfest is the time to display that one.
I think so.
Well, Ginger Bruner, it's always a treat to be able to talk with you, and thanks for giving us some good insights on the lingering and wondrous Oktoberfest. Ginger Bruner, thanks for joining us on CityCast Las Vegas.
Thank you, Dayvid Figler. Thanks, everybody at CityCast Las Vegas.
Hey, before you go, I want to give a quick shout out to CityCast Las Vegas listener Charmaine. Your daughter Ariana tells us that you play CityCast in the car every morning when you drive her to school. Thanks for being such a loyal listener. That's all for today here on CityCast Las Vegas. Hey, if you attend any of those Oktoberfest parties, tell them that CityCast Las Vegas sent you. We'll be back tomorrow morning with more news from around the city. Till then, stay lucky.
Yeah, and if you get some of the guys who are really good at it, there's one where you get 2 guys and it's very athletic and they jump and one guy holds one and pounds on his butt and it's hilarious. But they will not be doing that here because they don't have anyone quite that skilled.
I see. Well,
or young.